to Supporting and Reporting, that narrative that's imperative podcast. I am your host, Char, and I would like to take this opportunity to personally invite you to please take a moment and subscribe below to receive notifications when new, amazing, uplifting podcast episodes become available. Please feel free to share and chime in the comments below. Your feedback is welcome and greatly appreciated, and I so graciously thank you for your support. So, this past week has been so amazing. I have been so excited because I have had the opportunity to see in my lifetime the first African American woman nominated for the Supreme Court, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. As I watched her confirmation hearing, I was overwhelmed with so much joy. I witnessed how she handled everything with such grace and dignity, no matter how she was picked apart or was counted out, disrespected or disregarded. No matter how many times she was overtalked, she stood her ground. At that very moment, I saw the importance of her confirmation hearing being televised, because it was a public demonstration right before our very own eyes. A demonstration of having faith in her Creator, a demonstration of believing in herself and having confidence in herself and having confidence in every decision that she has made. A demonstration of persistence and determination, and she just trusted the process. For the first time in a very long time, I saw and I felt so hopeful. Hope not just for myself, but for everybody else. Hope for every gender, age, and race. Hope for just all mankind. It's a confirmation that nothing can stop what our Creator has started, and that no one could ever put down what has been lifted up. It was proven that in this lifetime, we don't have to compromise or settle or just accept anything that's given to us. When Senator Cory Booker spoke, it was shown and proven that it's okay to dream again. And it made me take inventory and reflect a little bit. And as I reflected, I was just in awe. When I look back over things, I saw things from a different perspective. You see, a few months back, I had an experience. I was angry. I was torn. I was even at my wit's end with this one situation. I had addressed all the proper channels and the authorities. My claim was disregarded, looked past, and even overlooked. So one day, I went to my mother for some advice. Before I go any further, let me give you a little insight about my mom. My mother is what you will call classified as a textbook mother bear. No matter how old we get, she still feels the need to protect her cubs. So I went to my mom for comfort, for direction, just some insight. I didn't ask, and I don't know what she was going through that day, but she lit into me. She let me have it. She said in her sternest voice, which don't take much, she said, "I don't want to hear it if you're not going to do anything about it." I was in shock. It caught me off guard. I was taken back. It made me mad. And I started explaining and defending and pleading my case. And my mom, she didn't want to hear it. I explained how I had exhausted all the proper channels and all the responses, but she stood firm. And she repeated and she said, "I said I don't want to hear it unless you plan on doing something about it." And you see, I learned a long time ago, when my mother starts a sentence with "I said," it's best just to leave it alone. Just let it go. And we agreed just to have a difference of opinion about it. And that was that. But to be honest, I was mad. I was hurt a little bit. That was her response. This thing sat with me a little while. Then one day I was driving and it came to me that I was built for this. And I started repeating that over and over and over in my mind about no matter what obstacle came my way, I was built to handle it. And that nothing happens by chance. How a different narrative is needed. That dealing with what is no longer an option. I had to start creating what I wanted it to be. For a long time, I couldn't believe that that was my mother's response. But now seeing a bigger picture, I'm so grateful that it was. It made me stand on my own and see my worth, that I am built for this. Allow me to let my light guide my way. There's no question in my mind how much my mama loves me. But sometimes I think we don't realize how parents get annoyed because she knows my worth. She knows what I'm capable of. She knows how resourceful and resilient I can be. And she was just sick and tired of hearing it and me being spoiled. But see, it made me settle myself and channel everything in me and everything that's been taught and all the things that I've learned inadvertently. I had no idea that this was preparing me for one of the toughest times in my life, the unexpected transition of my aunt. After all this is how I've been led. This is how I've chosen to weather my storm, my grief, my pain. I have been led to encourage and motivate because I only feel that's right, that I give back what's been given to me. No matter what's going on or coming at me, it's okay. This is and this will be how I choose to handle things. You see, it's not that I have it all together. When I create these podcast episodes, I go back and I listen to them over and over and over again because it helps me. It helps me get through some of my tough days. It has helped me eliminate the limitations and restrictions that I've developed and put on myself in my mind. It encourages me as I extend encouragement to everyone else. I realized as I watched the confirmation hearing that it became crystal clear to me that all of us can do, can be, can have anything. I mean anything our hearts desire, as long as we make up our mind about it. It reassured that it doesn't matter that anyone has an opinion or they have a position about us. It's okay. And then the old quote came to my mind about how you can please some of the people all the time, and you can please all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all of the time. On my journey, I have known this to be so true. This is why we don't have time to babysit others and their opinions and their restrictions. There is no convincing anyone to get on board. It's no time for it. And thinking back about the whole babysitting others and opinions and restrictions, my best friend, she came to mind. Because this week, I had the honor and the privilege of witnessing her publish her first book. She has had this dream, this desire, for as long as I can remember. And I'm so thankful that she completed her vision. No matter who supported her vision, she made up her mind that this is what it is and this is what it will be. And I am so proud and happy for her. I had a front row seat to witness her manifestation of her dream just come true, and just everything came into fruition. No matter what came her way and just what tried to distract her or deter her during her process, she was determined and focused. But when I took a closer look, I saw something similar that I saw with Judge Jackson. I saw how all the obstacles that they had endured and overcame was only a distraction because something amazing was on the horizon. All the things are only meant to prepare us and to get us ready for our good. I have come to realize, and I constantly work at it every day, to take things as they come. And I don't take things that personal anymore, because I believe that all things are meant for my good and that I was built for this. I often tell myself this all the time when things come my way, that I was built for this. I noticed when I adapted this mantra, this mindset, that things start coming at me from all directions and all angles. And that was my sign that I'm on the right track and that there's something amazing on my horizon. I know and can realize if I just stay focused and not allow anything to distract me or even provoke me. I just need to keep my sights. We need to keep our sights on believing anything is obtainable. And just thinking back, this one experience came to mind when I purchased my home a few years ago. I was in the market of purchasing. And I had, my mind made up that no matter how long I looked or how long the process took, I was going to trust the process. But after a month or so, a few more weeks went by, I began to get discouraged. I was frustrated. I even cried. It even crossed my mind to call the realtor and let her know that I reconsidered purchasing. But I stopped myself. And I knew I had to make my mind up. And I asked myself, if this is something I really want, I had to see it through. It's funny because not that long ago, my mother and I, we were sitting talking. And she explained how when I was a little girl, she just thought I was so stubborn. And I laughed. And she asked me, she said, "What's so funny?" I said, "Mama, I wasn't stubborn. I'm just persistent." And she looked at me and we laughed together. I said, "The determination in me just won't let me rest." And in reflecting, in all cases in my life, once I make up my mind, and once we all make up our mind about something, it could be just determination can take us to a whole new level. And I became so determined about this house purchasing situation. And even though I hadn't found the home that I was purchasing, I started cleaning up, throwing things away and giving things away and packing things up. And my friends and my family used to come by and they thought it was the funniest thing. And I said, "I don't care." I said, "I'm moving." I learned from my TT's experience that I must speak it and believe it. So I said it and I kept saying it. I'm moving. No one's opinion even mattered because I knew I was moving. In my heart, I knew I was moving. And once I made my mind up and I believed it, I learned that I had to be consistent with it no matter how long it took. Nothing else mattered because I knew I was moving. And you know what? It came to pass. I purchased and I moved. I always say there is something to learn from all things, and I have learned that determination, persistence, and consistency produces. It produces, it speaks volumes, and it produces. No matter what the obstacles are, it produces. As long as we make our minds up, it will produce. Thank you for tuning in. Please take a moment and subscribe below. Feel free to share in the comments how determination, persistence, and consistency has produced in your life. And until we meet again, have an amazing week.